A go-around is a procedure pilots use when landing becomes unsafe or unstable. This can be due to environmental conditions making a landing unsafe, such as gusting winds, turbulence, or if another aircraft or object is on the runway preventing a safe landing. It can also be due to pilot errors, such as improper approach to landing, a balked landing, or lining up to a runway or other surface the pilot was not cleared to land on. All pilots must possess the skills to identify when a go-around is necessary to ensure they remain safe while landing. This procedure must be practiced regularly to ensure that pilots can quickly and effectively conduct a go-around. Upon making a go-around decision, a pilot must simultaneously apply full power, call out go-around, full power, and establish a VY pitch-up attitude sight picture, which is approximately a 10 degrees nose-high pitch attitude. As the pilot begins to climb out, they must retract wing flaps to 20 degrees and call out flaps 20. If the pilot did not have full flaps extended prior to the go-around, they should visually confirm their flaps are in the 20-degree position. As the aircraft begins to accelerate and climb away from the runway surface, the pilot pitches for 60 knots indicated airspeed. When practical, the pilot must inform ATC of the go-around, or at a non-towered airport, make appropriate traffic advisory calls. When a positive rate of climb is established and the aircraft is at a safe altitude, retract the remaining flaps in two separate 10-degree increments. When retracting the flaps from 20-degree position to the 10-degree position, the pilot confirms the aircraft's airspeed is above 60 knots indicated airspeed and has a positive rate of climb and calls out positive rate flaps 10 and sets flaps to the 10-degree position. As the aircraft continues to climb away from the runway, the pilot again confirms their airspeed is above 65 knots indicated airspeed and is in a positive rate of climb and calls out flaps up and brings their flaps from the 10-degree position to the up position. After the flaps have been fully retracted, the pilot should establish a VY sight picture by referencing their wings and to the left of the instrument panel to climb out at 74 knots indicated airspeed. For more information about common climbing sight pictures, please refer to Epic Flight Academy's Climbing Sight Pictures video. If no other aircraft is on the runway or taking off, the pilot climbs straight out while tracking the runway centerline. If an aircraft is on the runway or taking off, the pilot should alter their course to the right while climbing, or as directed by air traffic control if at an airport with an operating control tower. This allows the pilot of the aircraft conducting a go-around to keep the departing aircraft in sight at all times, and allowing them to appropriately maneuver to remain clear of the departing traffic. When operating at an airport with parallel runways, do not alter the course towards the parallel runway unless authorized by air traffic control to do so. Some helpful tips when conducting go-arounds are practicing go-arounds regularly from the very first landings through the rest of a pilot's training and career. A pilot should always plan on the possibility of a balked landing and always be prepared to conduct this procedure and go around. This will build proficiency and lead to heightened aeronautical decision-making. Remaining situationally aware on all landings by confirming alignment to the runway that the pilot was cleared to land on by air traffic control, or the desired runway they chose to land on at uncontrolled airports. Using heading bugs can ensure the proper runway heading is being flown on the final approach. Listen to other aircraft both around and on the airport surface to be ready to react with a go-around. Incrementally retract the flaps when the aircraft speeds up and climbs away from the runway. Do not retract the flaps all at once, as this will cause a large loss of lift near the ground. Fly the plane first and then communicate with air traffic control or the local traffic. Be sure to increase right rudder control input when advancing the power to full and pitching the nose of the aircraft up to remain coordinated. Scan for departing traffic and sidestep to the right of the runway to keep visual contact with the departing traffic. If air traffic control gives you another instruction, comply while scanning for traffic. When being evaluated by a progress check pilot or designated practical examiner, the pilot must initially pitch for VX or VY as appropriate, plus 10 or minus 5 knots, then VY during climb out, plus 10, minus 5 knots for private pilots. Initially VX or VY as appropriate, plus 10 knots or minus 5 knots, then VY during climb out, plus or minus 5 knots for commercial pilots. Be sure to like our video and subscribe for more epic content. And while you're here, Check out some of our more recent videos and playlists.